So what's up, everyone? I want to talk a little bit about self-esteem. Yesterday, I talked about how, I wore my big old afro. It wasn't intentional. It's just if my hair does not get water in a couple of days, it does that. It's really dry. And part of it is because I decided I was going to put conditioner in my hair before I came to the gym. And it ended up being 3 days before I came to the gym. Conditioner didn't dry your hair out. And I talked about yesterday how, even through it all, I'll walk here and I'll be humming love songs to myself, like, I love me some me. If you know the song by Tony Braxton, I love me some him, just change it to me because I do. But today was a little bit different because as some of you know, a couple days ago, I went through something for the first time, which was not a great experience, but there's a Bible verse that says everything that God does for you is not to, everything in your life is to prosper you, not to harm you. And it's true, because if you guys know me, I'm almost 50, but I don't have any fight in my heart. I don't have a mean bone in my heart. And even this little bit of spice that you're seeing here is not, it's just here. It's just here because I don't like a lot of confrontation and interaction and all that good stuff, right? So, because of what happened a couple of days ago, it put me in a whole other mindset. Usually I'm walking down the street, I'm on cloud nine, I got my head held up high no matter what it's looking like, and I'm enjoying it, I think the first day that I started just really just getting as big as I possibly could, I got a couple of bonbons, and it was because they knew that I loved it and I felt good about it. And I remember thinking to myself, like, when Beyonce was on with Austin Powers, whatever movie that was on, when they blew that horn, I wanted to do something crazy like, hey, because I love my hair, right? But in my mindset, I know that wouldn't be appropriate, so I thought something more like I could puff it and make it even bigger, right? But today the vibe wasn't the same because I came here solely because, I had some things I needed to do, and my hair again was just absolutely huge and even bigger, and I think I even had like a twig probably in the back for me hanging out because I decided that I was going to try to wait for the stars to come out. I wanted to watch the star come out, where it was dark, where there's no lights or anything like that. It was a mistake. I got more mosquito bites than ever, so I ain't doing that again, but it was very nice to see the moon come out. So I wasn't feeling it because a lot of times when you attract attention, or something bad happens, you try not to, shine. It's like you're a little star and you try to dim your light. And so, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't giving off the energy that, hey, I'm open to the world. I wanted to give off the energy that, hey, if you come over here, I'm mucking you up. So, and it was kind of sad because usually I'm enjoying the night air, I'm enjoying the stars, and just everything. I'm enjoying the fact that I might look absolutely ridiculous walking down the street. I put it to the kind of akin to like when you're walking in Walmart and you see like a guy that's of that lifestyle walking like he's on a runway, and you're like, that's ridiculous, but he's enjoying himself. He doesn't really care, and so he notices somebody's watching him like, hey, what are you doing, right? So when I walked in here, I thought it would be fun because I knew that my energy was off and I wasn't feeling all of that. And this is by far the biggest worst afro yet. So I had a mosquito bite right above. I still have it here somewhere, but I relaxed and recovered in the shower area. So I'm feeling better, but there was a huge mosquito bite, and it's actually worse than this picture makes it look not as bad, but that's the afro. And I wanted to share this with you guys because a lot of times, as women and things like that, we base a lot on our appearance, and we feel like you have to look a certain way, this, that, and the other. But no, sometimes revel in your natural beauty. I think that's beautiful, until somebody else makes you feel a different way. But I love it, And I talked about the versatility and everything. But I wanted to share this as well because I also shared a couple of days ago how, a female, I don't know if God told her to tell me that, but like I said, everything connects all together. And I think it was a warning to me that even though I walk around like a dorky, dinky dork, somebody else may see something different. So you have to be aware, right? And never admire something that someone else has. There's a quote that says, a rose is a rose. It doesn't care, how another rose blooms. It just blooms. It doesn't care about all the other flowers. It just blooms. And we're the same way. God made us all beautiful in our own way, in our own rights. And being human, we can adjust the beauty to different levels if we want to make it more appealing to others or for ourselves. And, I really love this, and I love my confidence and the boldness that I have in being able to do that, more or less because I was not going to go wet my hair. I was just coming like it was. But I just wanted to share that, that we're all the same in different ways, and that we're all beautiful flowers in God's garden. And I also want to share this too. This is on another device, and I just happened upon it because I was looking for this picture. I was like, what's that big afro picture? But I came across this quote, which just happens to be very fitting, and I'll see if I can share the picture with you. And the reason it's still fitting because I talked about how the girl was just like, her husband was just being a good person, trying to help somebody. She was just like, well, you're attractive. I hope he's not, no, he's not. And let me tell you something. This is the quote, and I'm going to show you the picture because I think the picture is really nice, right? And the quote says, you'll know when the right one comes along because you'll tell them all about your chaos, your sadness, every flaw you can't look away from, and they'll take one look at you and say, all I see is magic, strength, and perfection. And it's true. When there's somebody that really wants to be with you, they don't care about all that. I remember when I had a friend, I remember I was just like, because I wasn't trying to get married and all this other kind of stuff. And I was like, why are you even hanging around, because I don't want all of that. And he was like, well, I've made up my mind about who I want to be with, and that's it. And then, he had people ask him about it. He says, well, I made up my mind. That's who I want to be with, period. So for me, and I don't know if it's true because I haven't dealt with enough men to know, but, when they make up their mind, that's what they want. They don't care about anything else. To them, you are everything. You know what I'm saying? And that the girl that I'm talking about, she is everything. She's absolutely drop dead gorgeous. But other people can make you feel insecure, or maybe, I don't know their relationship. Maybe something happened in the past, or maybe she knows that he had a type, but his type is now you. Revel in it. You know what I'm saying? Revel in it. Be glad in it. And another thing too, when you have insecurities like that, there are bad women out there that look at your insecurity because they have low self-esteem and they try to use it to boost themselves up. But anyhow, I just wanted to share that. You'll know when the right one comes along because you'll tell them all about your chaos, your sadness, every flaw you can't look away from. And they'll take one look at you and say, all I see is magic, strength, and perfection. Back in the days when I was coming up, there was a song, I think it was from the 60s and 70s. It's called Magic. It's like, you're magic, you're one of a kind. I don't, it's like by Heatwave or something. Look it up because I can't sing it, but it's beautiful. The words are, you're magic, you're one of a kind, I love you more each day I'm with you, you're magic, you're one of a kind, right? So yeah, we're all beautiful flowers. We don't question the beauty of other flowers, we just bloom, because that's how God made us. And whatever your beauty is, whether it's nappy, afro, nappy, whether it's afro, curly, wavy, whether it's just wavy, whether it's pressed straight, or whatever you do to accent you and feel good about you, that's awesome. And know that everybody that's in your life, they love you the way that you are. Because when you start talking about other people, they're not even thinking about those folks. You put the thoughts in their mind, they're not even thinking about it, But that wasn't the message I had for today. The message I had for today is endurance, right? And the reason I say that is because when I came to the gym today, I was bitten up by mosquitoes, sweaty from the humidity, hair just bigger than buckwheat. And like I said, this picture does not show you the full effect. Let me see if I can get it even closer, because that's as close as this is gonna let me, because it's kind of far away. But and I think like I said, I even had a twig in the back somewhere. And I was like, oh my gosh, and I knew I looked a mess, but I was just like, I just want to make it to the gym. If I make it to the gym, I'll be okay. I'll get cleaned up, I'll get some exercise. And the reason I felt so adamant that I had to be here, one is because of my hydrate and relax and recover things that I needed to do, but also because of self-defense. I didn't want to be scared to come outside. I wanted to be free to come when I want to, and I wanted to be able to somebody up if I have to, And I think this is a turning point in my life. Like I said, I've always been sweet, I've always been kind, all of that. But I think this is the turning point because all I got is me and everything that's precious to me. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I always said I didn't have kids because if you have kids, it's like your heart walking around on the outside of you, there's no telling what you'll do. It's a method of control. You'll stay at jobs that don't treat you well, and I'll talk about that in a minute too. But I was just like, oh no, we're not going out like that. I'm 50 now, and it's like, if you want to go there, we can take it there. And I think the first thing is mind, fear. If you're scared to fight back, that's going to be a problem. You know what I mean? I remember being little, and now that I think about it, now that I'm older, I understand there might be more to it. I had a friend girl that she used to fight men, like no problem. And I think she was probably assaulted or abused when she was little, and she had no problem at all. Just like I talked about the girl the other day that, the guy said something, I don't know what he said. She said, wait a minute, I'll be back. I thought she was going to get her boyfriend or her man, but no, she wasn't getting her boyfriend or her man. She was going to handle the situation. She was going to dead it herself, and she did, And like I said, I don't know if this is something that maybe in everybody's life there comes a point where that happens, and I think this is my point. This is my turning point where, I'm thankful to God for the 50 years that I had, and I'm thankful to live this long without having to have all of that. But the reality of it is that, I got me and I got to take care of me. That's all I got, And if it ends because somebody decided they wanted to be stupid or misjudged or miscalculated, it's all right. There was a video I saw a long time ago when I used to be a TikTok junkie where there was this girl, she was in a locker room. All these girls was ganging up on her, bullying her. And I remember people were saying, oh man, that, she can't defend herself. She can't fight. She was in the corner with her hands behind her back. And, the girl came and she said, what? And that's all it was, And she was crying, not because she couldn't defend herself, but she was crying because she was about to get into some trouble because of somebody's stupidity of misjudging and miscalculating who she was, what she stood on, You never know what people been through, And again, that's why my heart goes out to all sexual assault victims, because I think that really does change you, You're not going to let nobody violate like that, And that might be directed to male folks these days. Everybody's kind of doing everything, but, but that transfers over to how you let people treat you in general, right? So, yeah, endurance. But back to the real topic at hand is regarding that endurance. I was putting all my hope in that, like, I feel like a woman in a desert, like I'm just gonna make it to the gym. I just gotta make it to the gym. I can get some exercise. I know I'm gonna hydrate, relax, recover. And plus, my main goal was the martial arts. I'm gonna get that, whatever, however, and all day long in my mind I was thinking, who can I call and ask, about the self-defense, this, that, and the other. Then I thought about somebody I bumped into in the fitness room the other day. And I was just like, I asked him, but I was just like, no, because these people are not invested in you. They don't care about you. They don't care about you. You don't know why that person spoke. They may have spoke because somebody else said something that made them feel uncomfortable. So no, you invest in you, whatever it takes. And in the world that we live in, with so much information and so much access to it, don't take nothing for you just to look it up. Look it up, And from what I found so far sitting here on the bike and researching, it's just the power of intention and common sense. If we don't have a mind and a heart to fight, we don't know how to fight like that because our heart won't let us do it. We don't want to hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? But it comes to a point where if it's going to be me or you, and you trying to take away my treasures, it's not going to happen. And if it does, we going down hard. It's going to be a real good fight. And I'm fighting to... I'm not going to speak on it, but that's how it is, right? And I think that if you're not a fighter, that'll make you a fighter, in all different kinds of ways. But Okay, the topic again, because that was a big thing for me because I never had that happen. So I'm talking about it and I'm overcoming it. But again, endurance. I was just like, yeah, if I could just make it to the gym, I'll be okay. And I couldn't even enjoy the walk like I normally do with your head held up high. I know I got an afro, but it wasn't like that, because I was like, I don't want to attract nothing. Somebody can be bored just to be like, hey, look at that afro, yo. But I couldn't even enjoy it because of that, My mindset was I just need to get here and we're going to practice some fighting. I don't know what kind of fighting we're going to do, but we're going to practice it, right? And then the thought came to my mind. I thought about a memory of when my mom disowned me. I went through the legal thing, as y'all know. It took a whole bunch of years, and I didn't even realize like 20 years had passed by. And I wanted everything to be dead, and I wanted to be at a certain point before I spoke to my mom. And so when that point came, and everything seemed like it was at a good closure, I hopped on a Greyhound. That's an 11-year-old trip. 11, it felt like 11 years. 11-hour, 16-hour, I don't know, do I have enough time? What's going on here? I hope that we haven't just stopped recording because, okay, I'm good. But yeah, it's like a 16-hour trip, and I said I was never doing that, but I felt like after all these years of me being retrained a different way, the way that I speak, the way that I look, everything is different. I'm not the child my mom raised, and I had to acclimate myself and make myself different so I could try as I could. I didn't, but try to fit in more into this crowd for my safety and my protection, But the sad thing about it, all these years have gone by, I'm a stranger now, and it broke my heart because all I kept thinking on the ride there was like, if I can just make it, and I've been waiting all these years just to make it to her, right? But I wanted to make sure that I didn't bring any extra stress or whatever. And I get there, it's like, Morty, why did you even come? Broke my heart into little pieces. So as I was walking to the gym, and I was like, if I could just get there, I can get this training that I need to get, all this other stuff, right? And then I thought about that situation with my mom and being disowned. And how I went and took a 16-hour ride, how I went and found a job down there, how I went and I found, a place, and I bought all this Korean food, and, she wouldn't even let me, she called my Ajima to come and cook it, right? And I was just like, wow, and I wanted to impress her with the fact that I could make the chapchadi so good. But no, so it broke my heart, and then, but everything that happens, like I said, God gives it to you to prosper, not to fail you. Because it taught me to be a little tougher in that situation, And so I thought to myself, okay, I'm feeling kind of the same way, like, if I could just make it like thirsty, like in the desert, if I could just make it to the gym, right? But then thought came to me, but what if you make it to the gym and for some reason something happens and you can't go to the gym? What happens then, Am I going to be heartbroken like I was when my mom disowned me? Like I came all the way here with all these intentions and that, And so sometimes things don't work out, but you just have to remember that everything that comes to you is made to prosper you, not to fail you. And again, looking at this picture of this road, this is just like when I got to the gym, okay? When I got to the gym. So the other thing, appreciate, your natural beauty, whatever it is, because there are going to be times when you wish your hair could get big like that. You know what I'm saying? There are going to be times when you wish you had hair. So enjoy that. Some people would love to have thick, full hair. Some people would love that, and get to know yourself. Sometimes it bothers me a little bit where, you have other folks that's black that'll tell you they don't understand this, but this is what black hair does. It's beautiful. Enjoy your natural beauty. Whatever your race is, whatever your color is, your culture, whatever, enjoy that because that's given to you as a gift. And it's not to be hidden, it's to be shared and for people to see, and enjoy it. I didn't quite enjoy it today because, I was thinking about, what was going on, but whatever it is, love you. You only got one you. And again, that wasn't a message. The message was about endurance, that sometimes you could put everything you want into getting a final goal, and you're thinking that that's the last, like if I can just make it there, if I can just make it there. But sometimes when you make it there, it ain't there no more. It ain't what you really thought it was. It's an oasis. You were thirsty and you were in that desert, you saw that water, and you said, if I can just make it to that lake or whatever, and you get there and there's nothing there, it was all an illusion. Sometimes it's like that. And when you get to that point, always know that as long as you're still on this side of the ground, there's always another option, that whatever just happened was there to prosper. And, just to put you to the test if you can see all the alternatives. Speaking of which, that vacation Bible school that I told you, I wanted to go back the other days, but God was just like, no. And I was so tired, and I thought I was tired because I was recovering from that situation, but actually it's that time for me, and I didn't know it until today. And ironically, that's why I say God works for me in weird ways. I bought my extra little pouch because I had a couple of extra things that were too much to fit into my other pouch, and that extra pouch had some of the things that I needed to make, this session of my life okay, you know what I mean? But yeah, love on you. You only got one you. Life is so short, and the things that you bemoan, and you worry about, it's not even worth it. You know what I'm saying? This is beautiful. When I see this woman, this is a 50-year-old woman that is healthy, pretty sound mind. I think I am pretty sound, though if you look, you might think otherwise, but just, this is a good person. I love this person. And when you get a chance, I want you to take a picture of you in different states, and, love on that. Some people would love to have the experiences that you have, and whatever basic things that you have, whatever it is that you have, love on that, I always talk about loving my brown skin and my Afro-curly hair. But, if you're pale, love your pale skin. Whatever it is about you, love it. There's only one you. You are completely unique. And even though in our uniqueness, you're never alone because we're all the same in different ways. So anyways, love you. The love of Christ. Goodbye.